Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important concept of Angular, that is nested ngFor. So mainly we are going to talk about how we can use ngFor in a nested way. But before we proceed further, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use and utilize the concept of nested for loop. Okay, we are going to proceed in the same way. Like firstly, I'll explain you the requirement. We will try to understand why do we really need this for loop in a nested way, and for that we will create all prerequisites, things like required array of we will create array of object, we will import all the required modules, and step by step we will proceed further. Okay, so let's get started. So firstly we will go to app.component.ts file. Now in this ts file, let me remove this thing so that I can show you everything from scratch. Okay, so here what we will do, firstly we will create one array of objects. Why array of objects? Because I want to store multiple data. I want to store data for a multiple student in a tabular format. So let me create the date array of object for that. So for that, what we will do, we will write here students equal, then here we want to create array, so square brackets. In this array we will use objects for individual student. So let's store the name of first student as Amit. Okay, then we will write here second value, let me put in a comma, then we will put here hobbies. In hobbies we will write square bracket again, because this I want to store as array. So here I will write reading, swimming, then we will put here painting. Anything you want to put here, we can write. Perfect. So this is the data for first student. Likewise we might have more data for other students, right? So let's one by one define it. So firstly we will add one square brackets. Now put here name, let's keep name as Sharmit, then comma, then here we will write hobbies, then we will write here square bracket, and we will put some hobbies like gaming. Gaming is also an hobby, right? Similarly we can put cycling. Cycling is also a hobby. Perfect. Now save it. And likewise we will add one more data for another student, because we need at least 3 student data, so that I can show you the concept of nested for loop. Not for loop, nested for ngFor directive, because here we are talking everything about the directive. Now here for the third student we will write here name, and in name you can put any name, let's say Rahul, inside a quotes. So we will write Rahul, then comma, then we will write here hobbies, then we will put square bracket, and here we will put hobbies like cooking, then comma, running. Perfect. Now you can save it. So this array of objects is ready, which contains data for multiple users, or I would say students like Amit, Sharmit and Rahul. So our main goal is to print these value in a way like, firstly it should show the name, which is Amit, then all the hobbies in a list manner, maybe in unordered list or in a ordered list, then second name, then their hobbies, then third name, and then their hobbies. Okay, so this is the pattern which I want to print in HTML file. Now to achieve this thing we will use what? We will use ngFor directive, and whenever you want to use ngFor directive, just simply go in the import section and import the common module, because this thing comes with a common module. Okay, so once you write this, it will automatically add this line here as a common module. Perfect. So this is ready. Now what we will do, we will simply go to app.component.html file. In this HTML file, firstly I'll put heading. In heading I will write star ngFor directive, or maybe we can write nested. Nested means when we are using one directive inside another directive, same directive. Okay, so nested ngFor directive in Angular. So this is our heading. Now after this, what we will do, we will define one div. Why div? Because I want to show everything in a proper manner. So just to arrange everything in a proper way, like I'm using here div. In div we will assign star ngFor. So it will show you this error, but it's fine because we have already imported the common module. So you can simply write further logic, but this is case sensitive, so make sure that you are providing everything in a same case. Now here what we will do, we will define let student, or maybe student is fine. Let student of students. Okay, that means each element will be considered as a student, and after that we will print that value. So I will write here h3. In h3 I will use student dot name because it is the object. Okay, let me check if something is missing here. Student, and this is case sensitive. Okay, so make sure that you are writing in a same case. So what it will do, it will go for student, and from there it will pick the name. Clear? Fine. Now what we will do, next thing is we want to print the unordered list. So define the UL. In UL we will define li for list element, list item, and in list item we will write here star ngFor equal let hobby of student dot here like we will write let hobby of student dot hobbies. Perfect. So this is the thing which we will write here, and after that we will simply print this hobby value because we want to show it. So here we will write hobby. Now you can simply save it, and this is again case sensitive, so I'm just making it sure that I am providing everything in a same way, otherwise it won't work. Okay, not sure why it is showing this error. Hobby does not exist. So we tried here ngFor let hobby of student dot hobbies. So this is wrong. We need to write let me check here. So let's keep it as hobbies, and then we will okay, so we need to put it inside a li. Perfect. Now it is okay. Okay, so this thing is ready. We were trying to put it outside the li, that's why it was throwing the error, but now it is fine. So let's run the application. ng serve -- open and enter. So it will check the program, and if everything is okay it will show the output, otherwise it will throw the errors. So now you can see we have got the required output: Amit reading, swimming, painting; Sharmit gaming, cycling; Rahul cooking, running. And also we have got this heading, which is nested ngFor directive in Angular. Okay, so this is what we were expecting from this code, and we have got all the required thing. Now another interesting thing I want to show you here, and I just want to bring your attention here, why we are calling it as nested ngFor directive, because we are using ngFor inside another ngFor, right? So this is the ngFor which we are using inside another ngFor, and this thing is called as nested for loop. Similarly, there might be requirement where we want to use another ngFor inside this ngFor, then another ngFor. So if you go step by step and you build the nest, then in that case we will call it as a nested ngFor directive. Same thing we also discussed with ngIf. Okay, so for every concept there should be there might be like there is a way to do it in a nested way. So we just need to do some practice, and then later on, whenever it is required, we can simply implement this thing. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.